Peace. Islam fam, what's good? Happy holy day. It's your brother Cool. Another one today. It's really blessed day today. So this particular bill, you know what I'm saying, with my family, it's really about federal and state citizenship. Right? Let's get down to the nooks and crannies of the things. All right? So first off, you understand what I'm saying? Let's get a comprehension of what state and federal is. All right? Now the state means people. So whenever you hear the term state, just know state is referencing people. The very first thing, the very first word that shows when you look at the definition for state is people. What's my reference point? Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. All right. So people are a state. When people come together and they choose to live together and commune together and abide by the same laws and principles, they are a state. Okay? Now, when you are talking about federal, federal means a league or a compact between two or more states, right? Don't forget now, state means people. So now, league means a treaty or alliance, and compact means contract, okay? So now, federal means a compact or a league between two or more states, between two or more nations of people. Okay? Because state means people. But if you identify as persons, persons is not people. All right? People are in possession of persons. But persons are not people and people are not persons. People are doing business as persons. Let's make that more simple. People do business as persons. Okay? So now, federal, meaning that there is a compact or a treaty involved. Okay? So now, if we being autochtons here on this landmass known as North, South, Central America, then obviously we have treaties in place. So now you comprehend that would make us federal citizens. Okay? In reference to doing commerce. Right? Because that's what the treaty was all about. It was about amity and commerce. How are we going to do commerce? Okay? That's all the treaty was about. They ain't talking about nothing else besides commerce. Property, respect for each other's property, and proper commerce. All right? So understanding that when you talk about federal, there's treaties involved. Statutes are also federal. Statutes are not law, though. Because remember, states is people. Federal meaning that there is a contract or a treaty between states, aka between people. All right? So understand, understand, overstand. To be a state citizen meaning you are a citizen amongst your particular group of people. Let's, as an example, let's take the Jewish community. That would be an example of a state, even though they don't have a landmass that they are indigenous to, right? But they're still considered a nation or a state. They have their own communities, they have their own churches, they have their own ambulances, they have their own schools, they have their own buses, they have their own police department. You see what I'm saying? That's a state, a group of people. They're not identifying as white, black, this or that. They have a nationality, quote unquote. But it's about the concept. I need you to understand the concept. What a state citizen is and a federal citizen. So now a state, now that you understand, a community is a state, right? Which is, a state means people. So therefore, you need, in order to have people, there needs to be a community, right? You need a large group of people to make a state. A large group of people who think alike, who have a certain understanding on certain things, who live by certain protocols and rules, who govern themselves according to laws, different laws that other states govern by. Okay? This is what makes us us, and this is what makes colonizers colonizers. We are natives, but we're not being natives until we have our own rules and laws in place that we're governing ourselves according to, aka trust. So until we have our own trust with our own bylaws / constitution, then we're not being native. Okay? So, because we are native, our state is our people who are native. So now, me personally, I classify or identify as a Mer, all right? Or you call a Moor, right? This is what you call a Moor. I'm a Mer. You understand? You see the difference? I'm not a Moor. I'm not a Moor with the two O's, right? Because these are my lenses, so I can see, I can understand, I can comprehend. I'm real scientific. I'm real scientific. But when it comes to seeing with the first eye, you need to be a Mer, all right? Because the way to heaven is very vast, so you need to spread your wings out. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to see from all points of view, okay? From the first, second, and third eye. So this is what makes you a Mer. This is what makes you a Moor. You got tunnel vision, or you seeing from your pineal gland, all right? So tying ourselves back, okay? This is why I'm talking about your state is your people. So the Moorish nation, or the Moorish Science Temple of America, is a state. It is a state. That is your state. That is my state. You understand? That is the state for the L's and the Bays, Owls, Days, and Ali. That is our state. We have our own constitution on the record. We have our own ecclesiastical body politic and corporation on the record. We good. We've been vibing. We just been asleep. We haven't been aware of it. It's all right. Let's wake up now. But with that being said, state citizenship and federal citizenship. So when I say state citizenship, right? I'm not talking about being a citizen of the corporate state according to the Buck Act, which is in the federal jurisdiction, right? Zip codes. Zip codes. Now understand, we are federal citizens only because of the treaty. Because the treaty allows colonizers or foreigners to come here and operate and make a life for themselves. If it wasn't for that treaty, niggas would have to stay where they at. They wouldn't be able to come here unless they want a first class sentence to getting kidnapped or something like that. This is what we as pirates did. We weren't letting people just roll up here on the land. Who are you? Where you from? Give me that. That's my ship now. Matter of fact, I'm making you my slave. Come on my ship. You should have stayed home, partner. You see what I'm saying? So I could see how brutal we were. And even those treaties that were in place to respect their property, we didn't honor them. Because we was like, this ain't your home, B. We don't gotta respect nothing. This is my house. Which is very egotistical. And therefore, you know what I'm saying, we have to experience the karma we experience. But that's fine. That debt's been paid. You know what I'm saying? We no longer have to carry that burden. But what I'm trying to get people to understand is that state citizenship and federal citizenship. Everyone has two types of citizenship, state and federal. That doesn't mean that either one is in competition. So my state citizenship is not in competition with my federal citizenship. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me say that one more time. Matter of fact, let's pause for a second. Elamin telket, Elamin telket, Elamin telket, Elamin telket. Elamin telket, Elamin telket. Right? Breathe in peace. So, back to our regularly scheduled programming. You know what I'm saying? Because I am here to help program. We've been programmed from a young age. You know what I'm saying? Understanding who we are, that's part of the deprogramming process. But now we need to reprogram with some better software that fit our particular motherboard, that fit our particular system. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that understanding, right? So what are federal citizens? Federal means you have a treaty between two or more states. So now, there isn't a treaty between, let's say, Washington State and California State. There isn't a treaty between those two states because both of those two states are on the same side. They fall both under the jurisdiction of the District of Columbia. So there isn't like opposing sides. Therefore, there's no need for a treaty. Remember, a treaty is in place to put in between two opposing parties, two or more opposing states, right? Let's keep it direct. Two or more opposing states. That means that those two opposing states, two or more states, they are not on the same side. That's why you need a treaty in place. Because one operates this way, the other operates this way. So now, therefore, both states need to, or both nations of people, come to an understanding on how to treat each other. That way there's an even common ground where no one feels like they're getting gypped, where no one feels like they're getting their inalienable rights violated. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's important to have an understanding of exactly what state is and what federal is. State is people. Federal is federal meaning that there is a contract or a treaty in place between two or more states, meaning two or more people. All right, so we're federal citizens off bat. How many treaties we got in place besides the Peace Treaty of 1786? You see what I'm saying? So we are federal citizens. Boom. But like I said, they're not in competition. And when I say federal citizen, I'm not talking about a 14th Amendment citizen. I'm not talking about a District of Columbia citizen. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about people, because a state determines what their laws are. A state determines what laws they choose to govern themselves according to. A state determines what their practices, customs, and habits are. Okay? A state decides what their community consists of, what type of activities they will do, what type of people they will allow in. This is what states do. Okay? So now as people, because we were always here way before any type of colonization, therefore we've always been states amongst each other. But back then it was just called dynasties and empires. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no like city, town, state, or country type-ish. It was just empires or dynasties, period. You know what I'm saying? When you go back, you don't hear anything about, or when you read history, you don't see anything about states or countries. You see things about empires and dynasties, because that's how we roll. Empires and dynasty. You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, mind you, happy holy day, by the way, Muslims, if I didn't mention that before. Happy Venus Day. You already know, I already got mine. I actually had a brother on last video I did. Guess a brother kind of got at me a little bit. Well, not a little bit. Got at me pretty heavy for I don't know. Guess he was under the impression I was smoking cigarettes. Well, fam, I don't do cigarettes. I don't do cancer sticks. Why the hell would I sit here and talk about everything that I talk about in terms of trying to relinquish ourselves and, you know what I'm saying, deprogram ourselves off of a certain way of thinking? You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about we need to start supporting each other. And the first thing, and as I'm expressing that to you guys, I'm on here smoking a cigarette? Come on, man. I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke the herb. And this right here that is wrapped in is a natural leaf. I smoke the herb, brother. Sister, come from the earth. And if you do the study, thank you to my sister who put me onto this. The earth is your heart. Take the H and put it in the front. Take that H at the end and put it behind the E. You got heart. So that's the earth. So this is what I'm smoking. Alright. You know, not to mention, and also, man, y'all brothers and sisters, man, when y'all be like coming in with y'all comments, I don't know what y'all mentality be like. Or y'all got some type of superiority complex or something like that. Y'all feel like y'all need to come in when y'all give comments. I don't mind the comments. But when y'all give comments, y'all be adding some extra stuff in there that be unnecessary. Like I said, the brother in the comment talking about, you know what I'm saying, I'm speaking, I sound like a Moor, but every time I exhale, because he's thinking I'm smoking cigarettes, I'm pissing on the screen. And so due to that, you know what I'm saying, I speak like a Moor, but I'm acting like a nigger, comma, boy, comma. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, certain things are unnecessary. Really need to get out of the lower self. Even if you want to communicate to me and express something that you don't necessarily agree, you can do that. You can do that in an intelligent tone. You don't need to sound ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't doing nothing to me by calling me nigga or boy. Because I know what I am and I know what I am not. You understand what I'm saying? But it just shows your character and where your mentality is at. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're talking about unity, then why would you? Then what type of unity are you expecting by calling me a nigger or a boy? You understand what I'm saying? What are you? What type of message are you trying to get through? You know what I'm saying? Certain spells no need be cast. You understand what I'm saying? Certain spells need not be cast. So once again, you know what I mean? I govern myself. I don't come on here. I don't talk about people. I don't have time for that. I don't talk about other people and what they doing, their character, what they doing in their personal life. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I come on here and I just express what I know because the information is valuable. It's making changes in my life, and I know other people out here who want to make changes in their life. So it's fair. It's only fair. It's only fair. It's only my odd that I openly share my information. I didn't take no oath to nobody. I don't need to keep my mouth closed. I don't need to worry about somebody coming to take my head off. I ain't take no oath to nobody's testicles. You understand what I'm saying? I am who I am. I am that I am. Period. So, once again, I don't mind the comments, but no need for the nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? No need for the nigga shit. This is 1432, baby. 1432 Moorish calendar, man. Y'all need to wake up. Stop with the nigga shit. All right? Because you don't see other Europeans going online or typing in people's comments, right, calling each other crackers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, let's be more intelligent about how we do things. I understand the feeling behind it, but your choice of words is very, very poor. You know what I'm saying? Certain things need not be said. You know what I mean? And honestly, before you even comment, you should make sure you got the facts. Don't just go in there and just throwing out wild accusations and shit off of what you see, because what you see isn't always what it is. You look at this and you guess it's a cigarette, and this is herb. You can check out all of my videos. You will never see me in any one of my videos holding a motherfucking cancer stick and then talking to you about we need to deactivate or we need to remove ourselves from this democratic society and fucking do for self while I'm smoking a cancer stick. How can I do for self if I have cancer? Where am I gonna go? How am I gonna build a nation if I can't get out of fucking bed? You understand what I'm saying? How am I gonna build a nation if I gotta go through chemotherapy? This is unrealistic, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I stick to the herb only because the herb don't come with no side effects besides me being grounded and me being able to relax and speak freely and give information that I have. Because honestly, when I speak and do these videos, I'm teaching my motherfucking self. Okay? I'm teaching myself. I'm my best teacher. I am my greatest teacher. That's why I put out so many videos like that. It ain't really for you, even though I know it helps because I can relate, because I'm pulling from my own experiences. But it is for me. This is for me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking right now for me. I'm talking about federal and state citizenship for me. Because I need to know who I am and how I'm supposed to be operating and how I'm classifying. I am a federal citizen when I choose to be. But I am always a Moor first. That is my natural birthright. I'm not going to pick a federal citizenship over my natural birthright. Are you stupid? That's like picking an adopted parent over your biological mother. And your biological mother treats you like a king and treats you like a emperor and an empress, a sultan and a sultana. You must be crazy. You must be out your mind. That's like going from four-star fresh fruits and vegetable platter of good natural food to a fucking platter of chicken, barbecue ribs, pork. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck would I want to deal with that? Now, but remember though, you see what I'm saying? That plate of barbecue chicken, pork, and meat, that's the lower self. So I can't discard the lower self because that's part of me. That's what makes me me. The combination of my lower and my higher self. So I'm not going to discard my lower self. You got to accept your lower self. Face your lower self. Love your lower self. And then let your higher self regain the damn control of the ship. Ain't nothing wrong with the ship. The only thing wrong with the ship is you got the lower self as the captain. The lower self is a shipmate. The lower self is part of the ship crew. They're not the captain. The captain of the ship is the higher self. Only. But not to stray too far from that point. Right? So, The sky's still empty. I thought it was about to pour for a second. Oh, and Kiara, I got you. It's out today. Thank you. You know what I'm saying, for inquiring. You know what I'm saying? Your rings are out. They're being sent out. Also, the leaves are being sent out. Now, as for my other brother, you know who you are. Your fez is on the way, my king. Now listen, I don't do fezzes, dude. I don't make I don't really do fez. I don't make fezzes like that, you know what I'm saying, to sell. Everything I everything I've created literally is for myself. I enjoy crystals, I enjoy this jewelry, so I make them for me to wear. Not necessarily for people to buy, but people are interested, they're interested. But in terms of like the head wraps and stuff like that, I just want people to comprehend how I do things, right? I ordered a tassel separately. So I just have a tassel. You see what I'm saying? So now with that tassel, I have a safety pin attached to it, right? I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm being straight up with you. So it's a tassel with a safety pin at the end of it, right? So the reason why I ordered it separately is because I don't like to just stick to one way of doing things. I'm a Libra. I'm an air sign. So I like things to constantly change. You know what I'm saying? Constantly change. Not constantly in like every second, but like periodically. I do need a switch. I do need a shift. You know what I'm saying? Or I get complacent. So, understanding that within myself, I knew for me it would be best to just order a tassel because I know I'm going to want to switch up. One day I'm going to want to wear a turban with my jewel piece. Another day I'm going to want to wear just a regular fez. Another day I might want to wear the other head wrap I have. You know what I'm saying? The kufi. You know what I'm saying? But whatever I choose to wear, I have the option of throwing my tassel on it or not. You know what I'm saying? I just like the fact I got options. You know what I'm saying? You don't just have to have a tabush or a fez to be recognized as a Moor. It's about the culture and the style and how we presented ourselves. So we presented ourselves in various different ways, but there was always a common ground. Always a common ground. You see what I'm saying? You'll always find a tassel or you'll always find a turban. Sometimes with a jewel, you know what I'm saying? During the ancient times, the sultans would always wear jewels. People of high who thought high of themselves, who were in high class in terms of their state and whatever they did, they would, what I'm saying, present in a particular way to show what? The royalty. Now, me personally, I rock these because not only I embrace my royalty, but also they're fashionable, they're very beautiful, and they're also doing something for the body on a metaphysical level that you cannot see unless you know. You understand? So I'm not wearing these rings just because they look cool. They're doing something energetically for my body, for my energetical frequencies, for my chakras. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is clear quartz. Right now, you're looking at my eye, you're looking at my left and right eye, and my pineal gland. You see what I'm saying? I got the Holy Trinity on my finger right now. And there's been scientific studies that show that when you have clear quartz in your range, this is clear quartz 2 in chryso, praise for the heart. You know what I'm saying? When you have clear quartz in your range, it expands your auric field out 15 damn 15 inches. I may be wrong. It might be 15 feet, but my soul says 15 inches. I'm gonna rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Spreads it out to about 15 inches. You know what I mean? So that's powerful. It's doing something. You can't see it. So, but if you don't know about it, then you can't see it. So if you don't know, you ain't gonna know, right? So there's more to this. You know what I'm saying? It's going back to earth, man. Being natural can be fashionable and it can be very beneficial to the body. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, going back to state citizenship and federal citizenship, like I said, they're not in competition with each other. They are partners. Just like private and public, lower self and higher self. They're partners. They work together, but they don't have to uh, um, contradict each other. They can coexist. This is about coexistence. This is not about one ruling over another. It's about coexistence. You know what I'm saying? We have rules in place to coexist. Now, how can we coexist amongst each other and amongst different nations? Well, for one, we have to self-identify according to our state, not in the sense of the Constitution. I need to go back to the video I did, the last Zodiac podcast I did. You know what I'm saying? When I was going through the expatriation and citizenship document. You know what I'm saying? When I referenced the point about the free Negroes and how their whole position is completely different from that of an alien of African nativity and descent, when they have their own laws in place, when they have their own government and own protocols and procedures, then they are being native. So we are autochtons, but we need to be native now. You see what I'm saying? We have declared mentally that we are autochtons. We are the originals here. True. And another way you know you are the originals, look at your teeth. I'll show you right here.
You see you right here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
You see those front four? They call that shovel teeth. Shovel teeth, because they're curved like a shovel. You see what I'm saying? So if I had my teeth and I put a long stick and I flipped it, I could use it to pick up dirt, pick up snow, whatever. I could shovel stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you have those 4 shovel teeth, those are clear point views for you to know that you come from the ancient peoples here, because that's the teeth fossilization, right, of all those ancient bones and bodies they found. So even back then, if you have those 4 shovel teeth in the front, that's proof, okay, that you come from the original people, okay? That's proof. Don't take my word for it, do your own research. You see what I'm saying? So I don't need to know all these, I don't know, I'm original. I could identify that by your teeth. You see what I'm saying? The way to heaven is vast. The way to hell is very narrow. Stop being so closed-minded. Open up, open up, open up. But in order to open up, you can't open up while you're going 100 miles an hour. I'm talking about your thoughts. You can't open up while your thoughts are going 100 miles an hour. You need to slow down. Put the conveyance in cruise control. Cruise. Because you're not going to be able to absorb if you're going by too fast. You ever heard the saying, slow down and smell the flowers? You can't smell flowers if you're constantly moving. In order to smell the flowers, you have to physically stop. Stop and be in the moment. All right? That's how you comprehend and understand this thing. Don't allow your mind to go into different things. Like, I know we're going, looking at different schools of thought. Don't get too caught up in the different people. Get more caught in the principle. Do the principle line up? If the principle don't line up, go on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Eat the fish and spit out the bones. I got that from Brother Sankofa. You know what I'm saying? Eat the fish and spit out the bones all day, every day. So now, understanding that our state, what is our state? I can't speak for you, but for my state, Moorish Science Temple of America. You know what I'm saying? And then I got my organization that's embraced within that, called Sunel Shi Amaru Republic. You understand what I'm saying? We're chartered by Prophet Drew Ali. 1010-5905, Religious Corporation Act. You see what I'm saying? Ecclesiastical Moorish Society. No different than the one that was in Philadelphia, where the original Articles of Confederation were filed, because Philadelphia was the capital of a Mexim. Do the research, man. Our history is all around us. We're moving too fast to catch it. We're moving too fast to see what's always in our face. You know what I'm saying? We're moving too damn fast. We need to slow down. I'm speaking to myself too. We need to slow down. 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 We don't need to go 100 miles an hour like Europeans do. That's not their thing. See, it start raining on me. Ashe. You know what I mean? So upon understanding who we are as indigenous peoples, we need to start being native. We need to start being ourselves. We need to start self-identifying ourselves and stop allowing other people to identify us. We need to identify us and be a state. And with that being said, family, that's gonna be that. Once again, happy holy day. It's your brother Cool. Peace.